BALT control system are usually applied in the application of material transport, such as in food processing, manufacturing and heavy industry. I, Suman Lata, a final year postgraduate student of instrumentation and control engineering, going to show you how to control the sequencer BALT control system. So this project is sponsored by NPTIU under TCUP 2 and supported by MHRD, Government of India and World Bank. So this is an overview of this project presentation. Let us focus on the real world problem. So where the requirement is to control the BALT movement. Practically, BALT system carrying a material moving at different speed during various operations. When the BALT is split or merged, without precise control of motor, waste product can occur. So the process should be automated so that the sequence of BALT system is coordinated by different motors. Now let's see schematic diagram of automatic BALT control system with a 2 feeding belt. Here this is a BALT system. These are the start stop buttons. These are used for control the sequence of BALT system. This is a power quality analyzer. This is PLC. All the start stop buttons. To the center of the PLC, a digital signal coming from the power quality analyzer is fed to the PLC. Ensure that the motors do not start under a poor power quality condition like under and over voltage. So here the BALT 1 and BALT 2 can transport at a time. If the operator failed to do so, it indicates an alarm. So we also have a BALT 3 which run automatically when the BALT 1 or BALT 2 is running and controlled through the start stop button. When we want to stop the BALT 1 or BALT 2, they will continue to run for another 5 seconds before completely stop. So then the BALT 3 will also continue to run for another 10 seconds before stop completely. So BALT 3 can switch on or off directly if and only if the BALT 1 and BALT 2 are not in operation. So the entire logic are controlled by PLC programming. So moreover, the entire operation can be viewed on a screen located at faraway control room or using a local HMI. In our case, it is a Siemens touch panel. So now these are the steps to automate the BALT control system. So in a part 1, we are going to program the PLC using Siemens TIA professional software. So in this, we have to create a tag, we have to create a logic, test it and download to the PLC. So in second part, we have also create a connection and tags, create a screen, test it and download to the HMI. So now I would like to explain the PLC hardware. So this is a unit of power supply that take AC supply as an input and give the 24 volt as an output. This is a unit of the CPU. In our case, we are using a CPU 314 C2PNDP. So this is the input output module and this is unmanaged switch. In this field, we have a switch for the digital input and the digital output. This is analog module. No signal has been taken from this module in our case. We have also a touch panel screen which is TP177B from the Siemens. Now we come to our TIA software. So in this we have a device configuration. It has input addresses and output addresses and clock memory. So now we go to the tags. These all are the tags for the start stop buttons of the BALT 1, BALT 2 and BALT 3 and the output of the BALT 1, BALT 2 and BALT 3. We also define some internal tags. Then we go to the main block. And it has the networks. These create a logic of this program. So here the network 1 is for the switch on and off the BALT 1, the network 2 is for switch on and off the BALT 2 and the network 3 describe the switch on and off the BALT 3, the network 4 for the output of BALT 1, network 5 is for output of BALT 2, the network 6 for output of BALT 3, the network 7 describe the alarm condition. Then next we compile our program, then we download to the PLC. So now we have to make a screen. Here again define a tags. These all are the tags. Then we have to make a connection of our HMI to the PLC. Then we have made a screen. This is my start screen that shows the project name, author's name and the button that will proceed to the process screen. So this is my process screen. So here we have used the 3 belt 1, belt 2 and belt 3. These are the start stop buttons used to control these belt movement. Then our logic is transferred to the HMI screen. Then we go to the process screen. Then now let's the operation of it. When we on the belt 1, the material is moving on the belt 1, then pass on the belt 3. When we stop the belt 1, the material on the belt 1 will continue for another 5 seconds and then pass on the belt 3 for another 10 seconds. So similar operation can be occur for the belt 2. When we on the belt 2, the material will on the belt 2, then it will continue on belt 3 as you can see here. If the belt 2 is in operation and we on the belt 1, so it indicates an alarm. So that means the belt 1 and belt 2 are not transport the material simultaneously. Now I would like to thank the Department of Electrical Engineering for making this industrial automation lab and conducting this training program. I would also like to thank the ZMS Technology, Germany for conducting this training program. Thank you very much. Also please do watch our other videos.